Hey everyone, and welcome back to Sound Saga. Today, we're diving into the shadowy world of Bauhaus, a band that practically invented goth rock and left an indelible mark on music, fashion, and culture. If you've ever rocked out to dark atmospheric tunes or embraced that brooding aesthetic, you owe a nod to these pioneers from Northampton, England. Formed in 1978, Bauhaus blended punk edge with glam drama and created something utterly unique and influential. I'm stoked to break it down. We'll cover their origins, their incredible discography, and how they shaped everything, from Nine Inch Nails to the entire goth subculture. So stick around. This saga is as awesome as it is eerie. Let's get into it. Bauhaus erupted onto the scene in 1978, born from the ashes of the punk explosion, but with a darker twist. Peter Murphy, the charismatic frontman with his piercing gaze and theatrical flair, teamed up with guitarist Daniel Ash, bassist David J., and drummer Kevin Haskins. They met in Northampton, a sleepy English town, and drew inspiration from the German art school Bauhaus, hence the name, originally Bauhaus 1919, before they dropped the year for simplicity. But this wasn't about architecture, it was about fusing art, performance, and sound into something revolutionary. Their early days were raw and experimental, influenced by glam rock icons like Bowie and the raw energy of post-punk bands like Joy Division. They crafted a sound that was sparse, echoing, and intensely atmospheric. Murphy's vocals soared like a vampire's lament. Ash's guitar slashed with angular riffs, while the rhythm section from David J. and Haskins provided a pulsating, hypnotic backbone. They gigged relentlessly in dingy clubs, building a cult following with their intense live shows. Think dramatic lighting, fog machines, and Murphy's wild stage antics that channeled Bela Lugosi himself. By 1979, they dropped their debut single, Bela Lugosi's Dead, a 9-minute epic that became the anthem of the emerging goth scene. Recorded in a single take, it captured their essence, minimalist yet sprawling, blending dub influences with horror-themed lyrics. It wasn't just a song, it was a mood, a gateway to a subculture that celebrated the macabre. I bought the 12-inch single as a teen, and let me tell you, it got a lot of play. Alright, let's talk about their discography, because Bauhaus didn't just make music, they crafted sonic landscapes that still give me chills. Their first album, In the Flat Field, from 1980, is a post-punk masterpiece. Tracks like Double Dare and Dark Entries hit you with jagged guitars and Peter Murphy's haunting howls. It's raw, aggressive, and totally unpolished, which is what makes it so awesome. Critics at the time called it goth, though the band hated the label. They saw themselves as artists pushing boundaries, not fitting into a box. Then came Mask in 1981, where the band amped up the experimentation. Tracks like Kick in the Eye added funky bass grooves and danceable rhythms, showing their glam roots. It's got this infectious energy mixed with darkness, perfect for late night vibes. By The Sky's Gone Out in 1982, they were incorporating more avant-garde elements, like the tribal drums in Silent Hedges, or the eerie cover of Third Uncle. And their final studio album, Burning from the Inside in 1983, featured the hit She's in Parties with its swirling psychedelia. That was a staple at all of my high school dances, that's for sure. Sadly, internal tensions led to the breakup of the band that year, but what a run. 4 albums that redefined alternative rock. What I love most is how they combine style with substance. Peter Murphy's presence was magnetic. He'd prowl the stage like a possessed poet. Daniel Ash's guitar work was innovative, layering effects that influenced everyone from shoegaze to industrial. These guys weren't just musicians, they were performers who made every show an event. Bauhaus's influence ripples far beyond their brief original run. They're widely hailed as the godfathers of goth rock, inspiring a whole subculture of black-clad fans, bat motifs, and midnight gatherings. Bands like the Sisters of Mercy, Fields of the Nephilim, and even The Cure owe their dark aesthetic to Bauhaus's blueprint. That sparse, echoing production style, you hear echoes in Joy Division's Descendants and industrial acts like Nine Inch Nails. Trent Reznor has cited them as key inspirations for his brooding soundscapes. But it wasn't just music. Bauhaus shaped fashion with their androgynous, theatrical looks. Think teased hair, pale makeup, and Victorian-inspired attire that became goth staples. Their horror-infused themes influenced films from The Hunger, which featured Bela Lugosi's Dead, to Tim Burton's Gothic worlds. Even in literature and art, their fusion of the macabre and the artistic echoed the original Bauhaus school's modernist ethos. They reformed briefly in 1998 for the Resurrection Tour, dropping the live album Gotham, and again from 2005 to 2008, releasing Go Away White. These reunions proved their timeless appeal, drawing new generations. Today, their legacy lives in festivals like Wave Gothic Treffen and bands like Editors or Interpol, who channel that post-punk intensity. Bauhaus didn't just influence goth, they helped birth alternative music as we know it, proving that darkness can be profoundly creative and empowering. Bauhaus's awesomeness is undeniable. They took post-punk and infused glamour, horror, and pure inventiveness, inspiring countless artists and subcultures along the way. From Bela Lugosi's Dead defining goth to their experimental albums pushing sonic boundaries, these guys were trailblazers. Personally, I think their ability to combine melody with menace is what makes them great. Put on Mask and you'll see what I mean. It still sounds fresh decades later. If you're new to Bauhaus, start with Bela Lugosi's Dead. You won't be disappointed. Then work your way through the albums. What's your favorite Bauhaus track? Drop it in the comments below, and don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications of future episodes. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the flat fields, shadows dance eternal.